Tonight's devotion, I wanted to focus on something that I actually wrote about in my manifesto that was a, basically my whole semester in one of my classes was writing this manifesto. So I wanted to focus on something that's a big issue within myself, but also within, Christians that are growing. So we ask ourselves, what's holding me back? What's holding me back from being the fullest that I can be with Jesus? And what's causing me to lose hope? That thing is fear. This issue of fear is something that we actually fear thinking about. We don't like thinking about it because fear controls so much of, everything that controls us that doesn't have to do with Christ. Because with Christ, we have no fear. So many times in the Bible, we see Jesus saying to his disciples or to his followers, do not be afraid, or get up, do not be afraid. And that's something that I love because it makes sense. Fear is the opposite of faith. Faith is when we are able to fully trust, and it's not even a blind trust, it's that we are knowing. We are knowing that we can trust and love, and everything just makes sense when we have faith. But when we have fear, everything in our minds is spinning, and we become controlled. This big idea of fear is that Satan wants us to fear because he wants to be able to control us. He wants to be able to turn us away from God and make us doubt him, make us not believe that he's there for us. And so in this life, in this world, we're here fearing rejection, death, confrontation, lust. There's so many things that we fear. But then Jesus says, yes. Sorry, it's a letter from First John. Um, there is no fear in love, but perfect love drives out fear, because fear has to do with punishment. The one who fears is not made perfect in love. So when we are loving, we don't fear. Our fear is diminished when we love. And Jesus is exemplifies the perfect love that is discussed in this verse. Perfect love drives out fear. So when we become closer to Jesus Christ, when our faith grows, our fear is gone. And that sounds very, cliche when I say it like that, but it's very true. When we start trusting in God, when we start thinking that he is the one I can go to for everything, then our fear is gone. So I guess my challenge for all of you is to recognize the truth of love through Jesus, that his love isn't trying to control us. His love is not like Satan's fear. His love is what can make us have a stronger faith, not just for him, but for others. When we love others, our fear cannot control us. So I want to challenge you to think of what you're fearing, thinking of what controls you in your daily life, and how can you diminish that fear through Jesus? How can you find his love and take away the fear that is in your life? So yeah, thank you.